In 2019, a woman called Aimee Betro from America came to Birmingham in the United Kingdom to assassinate somebody. The reason as to why she did it was never fully revealed. They believe there may have been a financial reward offered by a father and son from Derby who were at war with a family from Birmingham. But the family from Birmingham didn't appear to have any involvement in criminality until it was revealed that the son of the man who was the target was an encrochat drug dealer who was recently jailed for importing and selling a lot of cocaine. Aimee Betro fled the United Kingdom after her plot to assassinate a man in Acock Green failed, and she fled to Armenia. She was eventually arrested, and she's now to be extradited back to the United Kingdom to face trial for the attempted murder of a man. This story is very bizarre, and it involves the father and son who recruited her. Mohammed Nazir, 30 years old, has been sentenced this week to 32 years in prison for conspiracy to murder, and his father, Mohammed Aslam, 56 years old, will serve 10 years for his involvement. They wanted to kill the owner of a clothing shop after a dispute that started in 2018, where the pair were injured in a fight that took place inside a shop. Aimee Betro formed a relationship with Mohammed Nazir, and they regularly spoke on social media, and somehow they then arranged for her to come to England and do this assassination, and it took place on the 7th of September 2019. But the gun jammed as she approached a man inside the Grove in Acock Green, and this resulted in her fleeing the scene. But then she returned back several hours later in a taxi, opened fire on the house several more times, then texted the man who she was trying to kill from a phone number that the police were able to track and told him, "Where are you?" She also heavily documented her travelling on social media from the moment she arrived in the UK, where she went in the UK. She stayed in Brighton, Manchester, Derby and also Birmingham, and she met up with Mohammed Nazir several hours before she did the shooting. The judge explained that Nazir had recruited Miss Betro to carry out a deliberate and planned revenge attack, and if it had gone to plan, it would have been an execution. But Miss Betro fled the United Kingdom shortly after the shooting took place, and it wasn't even the police that actually located her. It was a newspaper, because they followed her social media posts, and then they told the police where she was, and then the police actually went there and arrested her, and that's the only reason she's been arrested. It's not because the police actually actively were searching for her. So the Hitwoman bungled the plot and returned later to try to make up for it as well. But she used a taxi, her mobile phone. There was so many things that she did wrong that was meant that the police were able to track her. And then she even went on to post to social media after she fled the country that makes it even worse. It's almost like she wanted to be caught. Police had discovered on Sikandar Ali's mobile phone that at one point he had up to 10 kilograms of cocaine available. And he said, "You won't have any complaints, this is proper." He also sent pictures of his watch and an expensive vehicle that he drove, and how much money that he made from selling drugs. West Midlands Police said he came to their attention when they were investigating the plot to shoot a man dead in Birmingham. And Ali refused to give evidence in Birmingham Crown Court in May this year, but a statement from him was read to the jury. He refused to sign this statement, but it was written at 8 p.m. on September the 7th, 2019, when he said to the police that he returned to his home in Sparkbrook after going to pray. He recalled that he pulled up in his Audi Q5 and a Mercedes was parked in the middle of the grove that he lived in. It was a small cul-de-sac called Measham Grove in Acock Green, and as he pulled in he noticed the Mercedes was parked in the middle of the road. I thought this was a stupid place to park and noticed that it was a large vehicle and older. I could see the car had only one person inside, and I thought it was a woman and she was wearing a hijab and it was covering her face. He continued to say in the statement that he got out of his driver's side door and was making his way to the house, and he looked at the Mercedes, and as I turned, he said he saw the driver door open and a person get out. I could not tell if it was a man or a woman, but they were dressed in a hijab, and they walked towards me, and the person had a gun in their hand. And Ali said that he felt scared. I really didn't understand what was going on. I had questions running through my mind, like, what is happening? Why would somebody try to kill me? I had nothing to be killed for. The gun jammed, and then he fled inside his property, and he said to the police that he was terrified for his life, and the vehicle that was used, the Mercedes, was found nearby in Bosworth Road. This was a rental that Aimee had used, which was another example of how she was so amateurish at what she was doing as well. It's almost like In a way, she wanted to take part in something that was a bit exciting. She'd had previous jobs before, a baseball stadium, selling tickets, but most of these jobs were probably not very exciting for her, and she seems like she definitely wanted some sort of excitement. So this father and son have been jailed. She's potentially going to be extradited from Armenia, where she fled to, and I just really look forward to hearing what the viewers have to say on this bizarre story, and we'll definitely keep you updated on what happens with her case and the outcome as well. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Follow on social media as well at Scarcity Studios, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.